Right, so it looks like it's working. It looks like it because I've been sat here for a couple of minutes. I thought, I'll wait because I know some of you are going to take the piss and some of you are going to go, oh, it's not working or whatever. So I thought, I'll wait and see. But it looks like it is. So shabby on a Thursday. Look at this. You never get shabby on a Thursday. But the reason I'm doing it tonight is because of yesterday. And so I had a lovely stream yesterday with good old Oppie showing his models, and Stu and Delvian and Scott came on. We're having a really good chat. Well, about 20 minutes into it, I'm seeing all the things, and it just all went. And I thought, what's going on? And it was like I had one comment, then about 20 minutes went past, and I didn't get any other comments. And I thought, this is weird. This is not an ego thing. It's not. But after you're doing it 6-7 years, do you know what I mean? And you see your chat's always fast and so forth. I thought something's not right here. And then I remember thinking Stu or Delvian said, oh, it's because they're so enamored with Oppie's stuff. And I thought, yeah, fair enough. And I left it. And then, I don't know, I just couldn't concentrate at all because I was trying to talk to Oppie and the boys, and I kept looking at the chat thinking, what's going on? What's going on? Well, for those that know me, I am bloody useless at tech stuff. Honestly, I mean, if you think I can't put Lego and Transformers together, I mean, can you imagine what I'm like with tech stuff? So it was a nightmare, and I just thought, oh no, what's going on? Anyway, I finished the stream, which was awesome. I loved the stream, finished it and whatever, and then I went into the group and I saw the group because my phone kept buzzing through the stream. So I went in the group and I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on or whatever. And I was like, is it StreamYard? Is it YouTube? Which one is it? And the thing about it costs $45 a month to do StreamYard. So I was going to be pissed if I thought, if it's StreamYard, I'm not happy with this because obviously, you know, that's half the Patreon money gone, if you will, because Patreons pay for me to stream. That's why I do the $45 a month. It's because I thought, you know, I'll get extra bits and extra pieces. And so I went on, and then I think Delvian, or somebody said, no, it's all over Reddit. Well, I don't do Reddit. So I thought, well, actually, if he's checked there, I'll check Twitter. So I went over to Twitter, and yeah, everyone was kicking off about it. So it's a YouTube glitch, apparently. But it seems to be working. But RSI once told me that if I ever had a stream that didn't go as well, or I came off something and I wasn't happy with something, RSI always said, do it straight away. Don't dwell on it, because if you do it and then you're not happy with it and so forth, the best way to sort all that out, the best way to get you back in business, if you will, is to do another stream straight away. So I thought, you know what, I will. So I talked to a couple of you boys yesterday in the group, and I just thought, you know what, I'll stream today and I'll see if it works and so forth. Because like I say, I've got a busy week next week, which I'll show you later on. And so, yeah, I think it's works. Right, let's get to it. This is a test, so let's have a look. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, he said, see, this is, you lot make it out like I don't know yet. And I sat here about 4 or 5 minutes before, and I thought, I'll just read the chat. And there's a couple of names that came. I'm not going to say a couple of names that came to me. And I thought, they're going to take the piss. They're going to be a joke. But there's one of them. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Keith. Is the chat working? Well, it seems to be working, Keith. It seems to be. Try spinning. That's a good trick. There you are, Des. Hi, Mrs. T. Wow, this is awesome. Thanks, everyone. 27 people here already. I appreciate that. If you're feeling generous, hit the like button. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's have a look. Oh, well, if no one else is going to go along with me, see what I mean? This is exactly what I mean. Then up to you all. Hi, Kieran. Nice to see you, pal. Is it me you're looking for? Always, Des. Always. Our G-Force is here. Anyone seen Keith? Very good, very good. I thought your joke was funny, Keith. So Kieran went, I liked it. I thought it was all right. Hit that like button, you Muppets. I appreciate that. DTM, hiya, pal. Good old DTM's here. We had a lovely talk this morning, Oslo, about old cinemas and so forth. And I think that'd make a cracking stream, that. You know, if we all, because I think we've got lovely memories of it. I always like a battered cinema, me. There's one that's round the corner from me, and it hasn't been touched since the 80s, 90s. I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago, they did this GoFundMe because the roof needed fixing, and they made over 60 grand because everybody loved the cinema the way it looked. I think it's two young lads in the 20s or 30s that actually rent the building and keep it the way it is. And so obviously I'm not from Stamford, where it is, Spring Lake, sorry, where it is. But I think a lot of people like that nostalgic thing about that cinema. Anyway, some of the boys put pictures up of their old cinemas and stuff this morning. And I thought that would make a cracking stream, that. So if you ever any of you ever want to do a stream on old cinemas and bring up pictures of your memories of pictures and what you went to see, the cinema and so forth, I think that'll be cracking. So yeah, we might just do that. DTM, I just saw a cream cheese stuffed garlic burger and it really thought of you. Oh, brilliant! That sounds yeah. You can make it. Yeah, I've seen your gallery of burgers. Brilliant. We can see the chat. Yeah, I know, Oppie, because like I said, I loved it yesterday. The thing for me, and why I thought it was important to do this today, is simply because I'm an interactive streamer. I kept this going after our side passed and so forth, and I went on to stream simply because I love having a chat to you. And it means a lot to me this that because I've never classed myself as building this channel on my own. I don't think anybody can, and if you think you can, I don't know, because you need everybody with you. You need you need your guests on with you, and especially for me, you need your chat. You need it. It's weird without a chat and so forth. So I mean, I wouldn't say I was miffed because, like I said, after 6-7 years and over 250 plus streams that I've done, that was the first time it happened. But because I'm not a tech savvy Oppie, because I'm not a person that oh, I know exactly what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm one of those people. I just get fed up. I just thought, you know what? I'll just do it today. I'll just do one today. And so what I want you to do today as well, so I've got a couple of things to show you and a couple of things I want to talk to you about. But I didn't want to get any guests on today because I wanted. This is an opportunity now to show you how much the chat means to me at Shabby's, because without the chat, without the interactiveness, there is no Shabby Geek, there is no channel and so forth. So today I want it to be all about you. So all I'm going to do is all my guests tonight is the chat. So all of you are guests on Shabby's tonight, which is awesome. So it's got to stick the kitchen out, but I'll give it a go. I like garlic stuff. I really do. Sup, Shabby? Hello, APD. Nice to see you, buddy. Hello, Shabby. Hello, Kieran. It's working. Yeah, thank God for that, mate. Because like I said, I'm a nightmare for stuff like that. An absolute nightmare for... Because I was sat here last night and we came off the stream and I'm in the group and I'm like that to Jenny. For Fran's sake, I don't know what... And so Jen's just rolling her eyes at me like, you know what I mean? You'll get it fixed. But like I said, and I don't want to repeat myself, it was always our side that said, if anything goes wrong like this, don't dwell on it. Don't sit there all night and wait till Monday. Because if I had waited till Monday, till Tub Thumpers, I'd have probably been the same way. I'd probably been, the chat's not working. Or we got ZSR on Matt's tomorrow. And I would have thought, is it going to work? So I'd rather just do this. I'd rather just come on for an hour or so. And like I said, if you're all around for a bit, we'll have a chat for a bit. Now you're all my guests tonight at Shabby. So yeah, we'll have a chat and we'll go through some stuff. Hi, Gerard. Nice to see you. Hi, Palps. YouTube did an update yesterday and messed it up. So that's what it was. The thing about it is, I don't understand, to tell you the truth, Palps, why they don't send you an email about that. Or maybe they didn't know I don't know if it was an update. They must have known it was ready. Why don't you just send an email saying to people at stream or whatever, this is what's going to go on tomorrow, so if you're streaming and so forth. Because it's a nightmare, isn't it? If I wasn't streaming tomorrow and they did it, I wouldn't care. But because you're streaming and you got Oppie on and you got Delves and Stu and Scott, and I thought, it's a bit of a piss of that. Do you know what I mean? But listen, it is what it is. Hi, TJC. Hi, Miriam. Nice to see everybody. How good. I mean, I think that's what it is. I've said it before. I'm a massive fan of you all, and you all bring. That's why I've always said you all bring something to the table. All of you, either the way you are, your laughter, your talent. There's always something that each one of you brings. Always. And I've always admired Oppie's work. I've always admired it for years. And, you see it on Instagram. And then when I found out years ago that he had a YouTube channel, I was like, what? Oppie's, I think Tez told me that he had a YouTube channel. So I've always been a big fan. But his work is just impressive, isn't it? And it's nice. It's nice to see. I got some lovely comments on the video. And I got some lovely comments from you lot behind the scenes. And no doubt Oppie did as well. And it was nice. It was nice to spend an hour or so just going through Oppie's work. And, this is what I mean. Everyone brings something, don't they? And what Oppie does to me, it's like I said, I admire it a lot. I really do. You wouldn't do that to me, Shabby. Yeah. What do you think was the first name that spoke to mind? Let me just say it that way. Oh. Rumour has it, Stu, Scott and Delvian have sold all their Star Wars vehicles and have now invested in loads of cardboard. Thanks, Oppie. Oh, Keith said something this morning. Keith was saying about an Airwolf ship, and I was just like, oh, that's the thing. When you've got a talent like that, you would love to have something like a Playmobil Airwolf ship, or one of those models that Oppies makes. But how do you do? How do you do? Howden slightly, by the way, I don't know what to get for Christmas. And how do you do it? You don't, do you? So, but yeah, they're brilliant. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you, pal. Everyone's turned up, 30 people. You absolute legends. Thanks for that. Hi, Jason. Nice to see you. Hello, James. Nice to see you, buddy. Everybody's turned up. Everybody. Our Daz is here. Hi, Daz. Nice to see you, pal. Get right back up on that horse. That's the way I look at it, and I'm thankful Si said that to me. I'm thankful that Si did that, because I don't really lose my temper. I'm not a person that I think for years that it takes a lot for me to kick off. It does. It takes a lot for me to, you know what I mean? I'll give people a benefit and then I'll just lose it, if you will. But it takes. I haven't done it in years, but this sort of stuff pisses me off. But this sort of stuff gets on my. I'm a nightmare. It's like, I'll give you an example. A couple of nights ago, Jen's gone to bed, and she's the Amazon stick. We have a big TV in our room, so the Amazon stick was on my nightstand. And she threw it on the bed, went for a shower, came back out. Amazon stick's gone. Right, weird. It's true story. So she comes in the front room. I'm watching. I think I was who was I watching anyway? She comes in the front room. Shabby, I've lost the Amazon stick. So I started laughing. What do you mean you've lost it? What do you mean you've lost it? She goes, I can't find it anyway. So anyway, I thought, it's obviously she's not come out of the bedroom, so it's in the bedroom. Spent about an hour and a half looking for this Amazon stick, couldn't. And eventually Jen ordered and bought another one yesterday. She was like, "Had enough." But I got pissed off about it. Like, for God's sake, where's the Amazon and all that sort of stuff? Do you know what I mean? It's just, oh well. But I just thought, little things like that, they annoy me to pieces. Like you've lost an Amazon stick. Oh, when I lose my glasses, that's where my temper goes off. So yesterday's was one of them. I was like, oh, you try and do a stream for everybody. You try and get in there, and bloody chat's not working. But that's the thing about you lot, and I've got to admit, the personalities are in our group. Sometimes I thought, are they all taking the piss? Are they all doing it on purpose? But I thought, so your mind isn't focused on one thing. You're like, is this a joke, or is someone done this on purpose? But obviously, like what Palmas has just said, it was an upgrade. Let's just see. Old Cinemas Forever. Yeah, it was a lovely chat this morning. I think that'd make a nice stream. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed from the streams that I do. It's lovely. It's lovely that you all, and this is why I wanted to focus on the chat tonight. It's on you lot that watch Shabby Geek. I didn't want to get guests on. I wanted to get you all our guests, like I've said. But it's lovely. It's lovely when you come up with something like that, or you want to do like a special live stream or something, or and everyone says, "Yeah, I'll come on, Shabby." It's lovely that. I don't think people will realise how much that means to me. It means the world to me. That people will take time out and go, yeah, even if they've got their own channels or their own things going on, they're like, yeah, I'll come on, chaps, I'll help you out. And like Stu's, look at Stu's 24-hour stream. Everyone's joining in. Everyone's having a good laugh and joke about it. Everyone wants to be part of it. And for those who have known my channel since the beginning, my channel's always been about that. It's never been about me, if you will. It's always been about everybody else. When I started, it was with my girls doing it. Then Jen came along and did it for a while. Then our Si was here for ages doing it. And you lot. You know what I mean? I can't think of one person that's in this chat, really, that hasn't been on Shabby's. I think you've all been on it, either the ZSR or Shabby's, on a special live stream and so forth. And that means a lot to me. I think it's, what can I say? It's nice that's my memory of doing all this and so forth, is the fact that I've shared it with everybody. Do you know what I mean? I'm not an egotistical fellow. I'm not a big ego. It's not mine and I've built this and I've done. No, we've all built this and we've all done this and so forth. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and make you lot the guests tonight and have a good chat to you. Waiting for my YouTube to update on my Xbox. All right, Chase. I guess the old saying is really true. The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose you're right there. The old flea pit we used to call our old cinema. Cinemas were great though back then, weren't they? But I put a note in there this morning about them, and I said, to me, it's the character of a cinema. A cinema building Yeah, granted, it's got a massive screen in it, so nobody else has. But I mean, the actual building itself was unlike anywhere else, wasn't it? You knew you were going to the cinema. It had different decor and different things, and when the old school ones, when we were kids, I used to love that because you knew you were at the cinema. I know it sounds crazy because you're at the cinema, so hopefully you'll get what I mean. You knew you were at the cinema, if you will. Now they just look like a modern restaurant or a modern Target or what. They all look the same. There's no character. It's like this morning, if we do the stream, we'll show you all these pictures. Loads of people put old school pictures up of the cinemas and they look different. You can tell it's a cinema, you know what I mean? The building's different and the look of it's different, the aesthetic's different, you know, and that's what I mean by character. So because I don't really like modern, you know, I don't like modern cinemas. I don't like people interrupt me, you know, do you want something to eat, do you want something to drink, you have a table, lying down chairs, and I like to have a numb arse when I get you know, you've been sat there for 2 hours in your house, feels like you've been sat on a rock all week. I like them sort of cinemas, old rusty kind of things. Brilliant. There is 2 old ones in Broadstairs and one in Folkestone. Awesome. Yeah, Darren said these is still going. I know these people in the chat, but it was this weird northern chap on the video. It's me. Oh, thanks, guy. Hi, George. Nice to see you. I know, Shabby, when I do a walkabout about a live stream, it's very hard to talk, but I seem to find something to chat about. You hit the nail on the head there. That's what it is for me. I think, I mean, it's worked for ZSR, and obviously when me and Si were doing it and so forth. But that's one of the reasons why really I don't script anything, because maybe it's me. Maybe I took it for advantage. You know what I mean? Maybe this is a good wake-up call, what happened yesterday, because you're always relying on your chat. You always rely, me especially, I can only talk about me. I always do it. And the personalities and the laughters that you lot give me, you know what I mean? And I think that's what's made ZSR go on for years, is the fact that, you know, it's just 3 lads talking, but really it isn't. It's like 60 lads talking, if you will. And it's not until things like that happen like yesterday, where, you know, it was only a glitch. Don't get me, so I don't want to make it out like my life. It's not like that. It's but it is funny that when it does happen, you're like, oh shit. Now what do I do? Do you know what I mean? Oh no, if only I'd wrote something down or something. But, you know, luckily, I had those lads on an Oppie on yesterday. And those lads, listen, they're a dab hand at streams, aren't they? Every one of them. So that was awesome for me. But it's weird because one of the things I can't stand is the silences. It drives me mental. It's like, you know, when you're doing something behind the scenes and you sat there and you're going, and you're looking at stuff, and it drives me mental. So when that happened yesterday, I was like, oh no, I hope this stream's not full of like little silences and stuff. But luckily, like I said, with Scott, Stu and Delvian, they were awesome, man. They were brilliant with ops, and yeah, we had a great time. So fingers crossed it don't happen again. But it is funny, you know, maybe going back to what I said, do you take things like that for granted? Is it always like, you know, because you expect them always to be there? So I'm, in a way, I'm glad you brought that up, Chase, because in a way, it's like if you know, you kind of, it kind of has brought me back down a bit, that, you know, because you always say to yourself, oh, there's going to be 30 people in there, 50 people, whatever. I mean, there's 40 people in here now. And can you imagine if they weren't? You know what I mean? It'd be strange. It would, but I don't want to talk to anyone, Shabby. Damn it, Shabby. The only reason I was able to talk in my videos is because there were toys to point out. I have nothing of merit to say generally. I disagree. You've got a lot of things to say. You've always interested us lot. So I'm not falling for that. You're an interesting bloke. I've always liked your friendship for years. Every time we go out, we always have a chat. We're not always at toy places. We're sat outside at Shabby's, or we're at Joe Fest, whatever. You've come up with some lovely stuff. So no, I think you have a few things of merit to say. Our gafforce, I think you do. YouTube probably put it in the chat, Shabby. Yeah, they probably did. They probably did send me an email. Do you know what I mean? They sent me an email about all the music you use. YouTube couldn't cope with the combined brilliance on this game. Oh, God, what can you say? You're an absolute love. You really are. I just enjoy it. I mean, it's like I say, it's taking your time out and doing all this sort of stuff. I just love it. You know, it's been a massive help for me, and I'm not going to dwell on what happened, but you know what happened. And doing the streams has been, honestly, I don't think you'll ever realise how much this has helped me out, or my mum out, or our Claire out, when they sit, you know, gives them an opportunity to sit and watch people for a couple of hours and be entertained for a couple of hours. That's why it's very important for me. It's very important for me to make people come back, if you will. I always think that way. That's what I mean when I'm not big. I don't sit there and go, oh, they'll be back next week. And yesterday was proof to that because I shit myself. You know, so I always think every time I finish something or do something, I always take a time out and I'll sit in my toy room and I'll be working. But I think constantly, what else can make people laugh? What else can be entertaining? But one of the biggest part of every Shabby live stream is the chat. It's the chat that's entertaining. It's the chat that's engaging. Do you see what I mean? So my stuff comes from you lot, if you will. And I didn't realise. I'm glad I did this stream tonight because I've thought of a couple of things I haven't really thought about before. That is one of them. What happens when your chat does go? What happens if do you know what I mean? Because I like to be off the cuff, me. I like to write a few things down, when we're doing Tub Thumping, so I know when segments are coming, when to ask. So, but that's a different type of show. But this sort of thing, I like it off the cuff. It's genuine, innit? And, if I'd sat there and made a statement to all Shabby Geekers, you'd be like, what's that plum doing? I heard YouTube was clapping Shabby for taking the piss with his music. I've got to admit, it was never about it for me. It was never about monetization. It was never about and now especially it isn't. Ever since our side passed, I've looked at YouTube completely different. I couldn't care less about views and this and that. I'm here for the people that watch me. If you watch me and you like me and you like the shows that we put on, and do you know what I mean? And that's what it was all about for me, because I mean this is what it was, Shabby Geek channel. I've always tried to make people laugh, but this ain't new. This isn't a new thing for me. I'm not the way I am because of YouTube. This is the way I always want to make people feel welcome, and I always want to make people feel like they're part of something and so forth. It's important to me that, because like I said, I had a good upbringing. All four of us had a great upbringing, and being nice and being, welcoming to people costs nothing. Absolutely nothing. So long may it continue, the Shabby channel. But you all, like I said, you're all part of it. Every one of you is a Shabby Geeker, if you will. Every one of you is. So I don't like the word fans, and that's why I don't go on about what I'm doing and this and that. Every time I think of a quiz to do, or every time I think of a stream to do, I'm not just thinking of me. I'm thinking of you. This person will be great at this. Or I wonder if that person wants to do that. Sometimes, though, you say to yourself, am I asking too much? Because I started to feel like about 2 weeks ago, am I asking people all the time to come on and tell us so? Okay. Who is it? Oh, Shabby again. Do you know what I mean? Message us. But we'll just see how it goes. I'm just enjoying it at the moment. Oppie's models was something else. That's one talented man. He sure was, man. He's a lovely bloke, Oppie, isn't he? Really nice bloke. Really nice. Yeah, very impressed. I was. I've made painted models. Most of my modified the odd one, but never scratch built anything. Oppie's creations were amazing. I'd like to carry this on. I'd like to. So if anyone wants to do one, that they do, because we did Keith's Playmobil. We've done 2 of them, and that's a run. Once Keith gets more work done in his shed and does his city, I really want to carry that on. Being a Playmobil fan myself, and regardless whether you're a Playmobil fan or not, to watch that come alive and watch that all come to fruition. That's a brilliant stream. I love them. Love Steph's. Steph's was brilliant, wasn't it? And all them things that Steph made, and I loved Oppie's. So even though they're all models and we're all putting stuff together, 3 completely different ways of doing it. So if anyone else like yourself or anyone, Sat used to say to me all the time, let's do an art thing, let's do an art. And it never was about his art. It was always about other people's as well. So in other words, if one of you lads was a good drawer, he'd say, oh, look at what Oppie can do, and look at what Palms can do, and look at what, do you see what I mean? So things like that are important to me. Again, just to prove that I'm not full of shit. That's what I was saying before. You lot bring so much. And that's what it's all about for me. It's not just about toys, is it? It's pop culture and what we're all interested in. So I love all that kind of stuff. Is Oppie having a stall Echo Live next week? Imagine if Oppie was doing that. That'd be brilliant. I showed last night's stream to my co-worker, and he was uber impressed with Oppie's models. It's the fact that what he makes, like they were showing that cardboard, and it's like when Keith made that Magnum PI, helicopter. You're just like, what the France? Where'd you start? Some of Oppie's work last night was absolutely brilliant. Hello, Q. Hello, Shabby and everyone in the chat. Hi, Ricardo. Nice to see you, pal. Wow, this is awesome. 40 of you. I appreciate this, guys. Just to mention of Liverpool set Shabby off. They're just scumbags, aren't they? Let's be honest. I've had it all my life. Do you know what I mean? How great they are and what unbelievable. No one can buy these players because they're fantastic. And it's just, I think that's what he's being an Evertonian. I don't mind Liverpool. And when in Europe, I'll watch them. Right? They're a quality squad. They're a quality squad, but they love to let everybody else know how good they are, and it just annoys. You know what I mean? I could never win an argument, or I could never win. Do you know what I mean? You lads that support mid clubs like me, you know what I mean? Like your West Hams and your Leeds and your Forests and your what is it? You all know what I mean. There's always like a big brother behind you that's better than you that can do this, and you're like, whatever. And when you hear it forever, you're just like fed up to pieces. Although this season they've been good, Liverpool. Hello, Stu. Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, Sabby. Hey, in the chat. Seems like it's working fine, so that's pretty cool. Did Si pop over that night and move your stick to wind you up? Can imagine. Hey, Jesse. Nice to see you, pal. Wow, this is awesome on a Thursday night. I'm not going to make this, what is it? Because like I say, I usually do Mondays, Wednesdays. Wednesdays is a special stream night. And Friday. So, I don't want to get on an all the time. I just couldn't really do it. But I just thought it was important for me tonight to tell you lot thanks for yesterday. I appreciate it because none of you's left, which was awesome in a way. Because I'm not a professional. None of us are professionals that do it. Especially, I'm a fellow with 1,000 subs. That's it. Do you know what I mean? So it's important to me that when I am such a small YouTuber, but I have such an engagement with my chat, and so many people turn up for me. I'm no big YouTuber. I'm not getting 500, 600, 700 people in, man. I'm getting 50 to 70 people in it, but it means the world to me. So when things like that happened yesterday, I just thought, oh no, and it wasn't really me. I was concerned because I thought, what's going on? But then it turned into emojis, didn't it? They were all sending emojis out, and I thought, and then I thought, and Skeeth got in touch, or Smith got in touch with everybody, going, just send shabby emojis. I mean, there's things that run in your head like, hang on, who's doing this? Do you know what I mean? But it was one of those things. Get it sorted then, George. You've got plenty of stuff to show. Yeah. Anyone can come on Shabby. He's actually Shabby's is for everybody. Hey, Dalglish Toys. How are you, pal? It's lovely to see you. I've got Stu's video to watch tonight on Sandown, and I watched Nicky's last night, Retro Bungers last night. That's Sandown, man. My God. I'd have a field day in there. Taking my lunch break to open a package of 90 Star Wars toys. Good to have you folks in the back. Well, it's good to have you. Thanks for coming in. It's lovely. It's always nice to see you. Let's have a look. Pearl and Dean. Who's Pearl and Dean? Now you've got me. Oh, is that something to do with the cinema? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Shabby's so far behind. It's December. I'm glad to be behind, though. I'm glad to be, because when you're on your own, you've got all this, and it gives you some stuff to talk about. But I understand this so far behind. But when you start a stream at like 3:15, and some of you have been here since 10 to 3, obviously you've got to catch up with all that too. So, if not, but I was talking to DTM about that this morning. I remember the organ player in Blackpool. They used to come up. It used to be on a stage, and it'd come up like that in front of the screen. All the Blackpool classics, and then it'd go back down at movie and start. And yeah, so I do remember that. Yeah, but I was thinking as well. Do I remember the woman that had the ice cream tray, or is that just? Do I remember that, or is that just something I've seen off movies and so forth? Remember, we're talking when I was a kid, so some things you can't remember, but I do. In a way, I do remember a woman with an ice cream thing, and ice creams and, screwballs and that kind of thing in there. But am I right there? Because if I'm wrong, I don't know whether it's a memory I've lived through or it's a memory I've just remembered from movies or whatever. Hi, Dario. Nice to see you, pal. Lovely to see you. Hi, Rudy. You see, I tell for 10 screams of awesomeness, getting your fizzy drinking glow in the dark Ghostbusters 2. You know what I mean? It's weird, isn't it, though, Rudy? Because that's what we all do. When we talk about the cinema, and we're not talking movies, we're talking about the actual complex itself. It's always when we were kids. And it's like the FA Cup final. I used to love the FA Cup final as a kid because they'd make a proper day of it, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? It was like you always had it on BBC One or BBC Two in the morning, then the game would kick off at 3:00. So as a kid, you loved that. And but the cinema was the same way, Rudy. For me, it was all, the character of it, the look of it. You felt a bit more grown up as well, didn't you, when you went to cinema with your pals and you took your first date to the cinema? I remember taking Helen Pendlebury to see Ghost. How about that? Do you know what I mean? It's just Brilliant memories. So good on you, Rudy. Nice to see you, pal. G-Force is a proper nice chap, and I'm looking forward to meeting up. G-Force is a lovely. Don't let G-Force fool you. He's got a lot of nice things to say. He's a lovely bloke, our G-Force. Kieran, what type of cinema are you going to with the ladies on August? Hang on, let me just get my pen and a paper. So when he tells us, I can write it down. Evening, Shabby, and all you lovely peeps. Has anyone seen Shabby's Wild Zoo outside his home on Facebook? I swear I saw a giraffe as well. That was game. It's funny that I used to do them all the time, those silly little sketches and so forth. And I was on Facebook checking something a couple of days ago, and that came up, that video. I made it like 4 or 5 years ago. And it's when we first moved here, if you will. And I just always wanted to make people laugh. It's not a thing. It's just important to me. People are going to think I'm a knobhead. They are. People are going to think, oh, he's an obnoxious prat him and whatever. I couldn't care less what people think of me in that circumstance. But there are people out there, if I've ever put a smile on somebody's face and think, what, Shabby's a nice fella, then that means more to me than anything. I mean, if someone comes away from a stream or a video that we've all done, and I say we've all, because like I say, you're all on my channel, that means more to me that if someone's gone away and gone, you know what, nice bloke him, he's got some lovely friends and they're all dead nice on this, then it does 1,000 views for, you know what I mean, or 1,000 subs extra for what, so yeah, I have got a wild zoo outside. Oh, just want to say one thing as well while we're here. This bloke. So our Terence has just hit 2,000 subs. Well done. And I wanted to give this a special mention, not really on ZSR, but on my own thing, because he's a lovely bloke, Artez. And I know he gets ribbed. He does. He gets ribbed with his Spectrum every week from me and Matt. And so, and you lot, I'm putting you lot in there too. But he's worked on it. He's made all these videos and he's got to over 2,000. So I just want to say from behalf of me and the chat in here, well done, Tez. That's awesome, man. That really is. For us lot, being only small and so forth, that's a big achievement, buddy. So I'm dead proud of you, Tez. So well done, my friend. That's awesome. There you go. There's our Tez done. I know, Shabby. We were saying in our group that Shabby will be thinking we are not there. That's how much you mean to me. I'm not. One of the things I'll honestly say, and if my mum and Claire are watching, they'll back me. I'm not full of shit when it comes to the way I talk to people. I don't just say shit and don't do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, my community and you're the greatest, and then you never hear from me. I'm not that sort of person. And when you do an interactive stream like I do, and it's like when they call a football stadium, they call the fans the 12th man. You're my 12th man. That's the way I look at it. Without you lot, do you know what I mean? That's what gives me the response to do well and carry this on. And do you know what I mean? Because I've made people laugh and I think, what else can I do? I try not to do the same type of jokes all the time and do a bit different and so forth. And like I said, when Sai left and Sai had passed, bless him, I was wondering myself, well, how am I supposed to do this? Well, you're the reason why. You're the reason why. Do you know what I mean? People like yourselves that come in and support and laugh and joke and make Shabby Geek what it is. You've seen ZSR. We are all ZSR. It's the same thing with Shabby's, And so, yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it a lot. I really do. Let's have a look. Birmingham is not going to be the same without Si. Yeah, probably not. You're right, mate. The NEC. But listen, you can honour him. That's the nicest thing about it. You can talk about him whilst you're there. Or when you see something on a store, Si would have loved that. That's the best way to think of our Si. Do you know what I mean? Because he loved all this. He loved it all. So just do it that way. The people here are family, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with a few of them in April in the NEC. Yeah, that's what I mean. You all. That's what makes me the proudest the most, really, the way everybody chips in, the way everybody helps each other out. It makes me proud, especially you got to, I've said this before, so I don't want to repeat myself, but when I'm over here in the States and I see you, like that a couple of weeks ago when they all went to the bunker, and they're all outside the bunker and all that, they all met through this. And look how friendly they all were. Look how they become good friends. Look at Joe Fest. People coming over from England and people in America that come to it and so forth. That's what we've built. That's what makes me dead proud. And do you know what I mean? And like I say, it's everybody that's done it. It takes one person just to go, hello, I'm this. And here you are. You're here for life, aren't you, with us lot? So very true, George. Really looking forward to the NEC showing. Is that what it is? April. Are you all going over the night before? All having a nice time without Shabby bastards. I hope you all have a shit time, even though I'm not even. It's fixed. It is, Chris. It's fixed. Thank God for that. Mr. B sent me an awesome gift box. That was dead nice of Hi, Mr. B. So on Wednesday, I'll show it you because it's I'm doing a thing with GeForce. GeForce is going to come on and help me out on Wednesday. So I'll show you what he sent me on Wednesday, but it was really nice. So thanks for that, Mr. B. That was a lovely thing. NEC will be mega. You going, Daz? Awesome. I was in Birmingham. Weekend just gone and it was weird being there and not a toy fair. Yeah, but it was. But yeah, because certain places like you'll only go specifically for the toy fair, won't you? So yeah. I bet it'd be the same for me if I go to that hotel where Joe Fest is in Augusta, but the toy fair's not on. It'd be a bit weird that, like, oh, I never thought about it that way. It is. Thank goodness for that. So, right, we can move on then now, can't we? Because like I said, I waited to do this stream, Mr. B, just to catch you up because I didn't want to wait till tomorrow was ZSR. I'll wait till Monday and it's still not working, or I don't know I'm not a person that doesn't like to know what's going on. I want to know what it is. So I thought I'll do this today and see how it goes. But it seems to be always willing. Well, thanks, mate. And you're always willing to come on. That's awesome. Cheers, pal. Now Shabby has a challenge to catch up with our chat. I'm getting there. This group of people is amazing. I love the chat, joining in on streams and Sunday night gaming, seeing what you all are up to. Makes a difference. Doesn't it? Does. Makes a big difference. It's nice. It's like I said, I could only speak for myself, and it's helped me out massively. And but and you see, it's them sort of sentences that I mean the world to me. They mean that you feel like you're part of something, and you feel like you bring something to the table. Because, like I said, everybody does. So when you say stuff like that, I'm like, yes, exactly right. It's working, isn't it, lads? It's working. It's working what we do. So, and I always like it as well, because when someone new comes in, or when you see someone new in your chat, is another thing that why the chat's important. You all make them feel welcome. Hiya, blah, 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 Darth Vader 215. How are you, mate? Nice, welcome to Shabby. I love that. You know what I mean? It's just brilliant. And it's like, if someone new, like Daz, I was talking about you, for example, when you go to these toy fairs and you go to these things, everyone's dead welcoming to you. Everyone's dead nice to you. It's like you've always been here. Do you know what I mean? I've seen you on Stews now and having a laugh and a joke, and you're on the gaming thing on TJC's on Sunday. That's what I mean. It's what it's all about. It's having a good time. Are you going to Echo and the NEC? Look at him. Yeah, it was a great stream, yeah. Well, Shabby, your chat is working very well now. Can we go? Yeah, you can go if you want. All the best. I'm not listening to him for an hour. I'm off. That's weird, Shabby. We all said how great we think Everton are in the last. They are great. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it was only emojis that would work. But like I said, I just thought one of them's taking piss here. I thought it's either Chris or Smith Lord to turn around to everybody else and go, just put emojis up. but obviously not. So there you go. Yeah, they are brilliant. I go mental. And the thing about it is, I've said this again before, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologise, but it's all the English stuff, all the British stuff that you have over there. They don't see over here much anymore. So I see little things here and then. I think, oh my life, look at that. Or I remember having that. Or I remember doing, you know what I mean? But so it's different. I wouldn't say, because a lot of people say, oh, Joe Fest is massive. It must be 10 times better than, but it isn't. It's different. You come over here and you'll find a couple of European things that you had as kids and so forth, but then you're paying for it because it's obviously imported. But it's a different show. It's a completely different show. I think when you come over and you look for different stuff, you ain't finding all the British stuff and the this and the that, and you're finding American stuff that you had. But I love it. Yeah, I bet I'd have a field day. I bet I would. I go, hey, VTR, lovely to see you, pal. I remember the ice cream. So there was an ice cream lady then. So there was. Because I can't remember if there was or there wasn't. When I holidayed in Blackpool, I remember the cinemas. Yeah, there was the Odeon, there was the ABC, there was a couple of them. So yeah. So Shabby, you would have that as well. Yeah, exactly right, pal. Ladies came around with a tray full of ice cream, sweets, and cigarettes. There you go. Right. See, that's what I thought. But is it just a movie thing that? But because I must have a memory of something must be there for me to remember that, if you will. So. Bloody hell, Kieran. How old are you? Yeah, he is. And thanks for saying that, Dave, because yeah, he is. He's a lovely person. He is. He's a nice fellow, our G-Force. I remember finding Keith crying, laughing at those videos. I used to love him, but it's like I said, I wasn't getting. That's why I've never disliked a video cat. I've never disliked anybody's video ever. And it's simply because if I'm watching something and it's not for me, I'll just turn it off and watch something else. But I'll never leave a dislike over the simple reason. Regardless of what I think, those people have worked hard at that. they've worked hard making that video and editing it and putting music on it and doing what you have to do and so forth. So, and that's what I used to do. But then you do all this work that took about, I mean, like I said, at the time, Kat, as well, my internet was crap. It was taking like 9-10 hours to download a video. So you'd spend all day doing it. You get your kids involved, you know, and they were getting fed up with it too. Not in a nasty, they were getting older. They were getting into the teenage years. They didn't really want to do their video, which you can understand, you know. Go out with your mates to the mall or spend time talking about Masters of the Universe with your dad. It's not really there, you know. So I used to love making the videos and so forth. But then, obviously, I'll still do it now and then. I'll put it on Instagram, don't I? My Shabby Dance Fridays or a silly little thing I've done. I'll always do that. So I'll always do my little skits and so forth. But not that I fell out of love with making videos. I just think you put all that work in and nobody was really watching them. It was like... it's like 300-400 views, if that. Some of them were getting, and I remember my last video was about VTR. My last video, it was VTR had sent me a package and I did it and I loved it, and I really put my effort into that video and wanted to do this and that and so forth. And then I just thought, it's not really for me, this. And I didn't want to get all pissed off with my kids. Oh no, you have to do this with me. And you know, I didn't want to do that. So I just thought, you know what? One of the things I love doing is I can never shut the France up. So I'll do streams. I'll do streams instead. And I've loved it ever since. I wouldn't go back to it now. But you hear that with a few people, you know, they take a break from making the videos, or they you know, do this and that. And that to me is great. I mean, it's your channel. You do what you have to do. So I'm never going to say never about making videos, Kat. And, you know, you never know. One day I might come up with something and say, oh, I'll make a video. Just, I prefer this. I prefer having the conversations. I'm not that old, Jonathan, but the organ player was played during the films because there was no... I miss G-Horse's toy hunt. It's always interesting what was on the shelves out there in wild in the States. Yeah, he had some great stuff, didn't he? G-Force had some good videos and stuff, because he lives on the other side of Raleigh to I do. So I'm on this side of North Carolina, G-Force on that. So it always showed me, you know, the shops around there and where he's going. I missed him years ago by about 10-20 minutes. White Castle on it, Chief. I missed him and I couldn't believe it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it is. It is. It's a lovely place to be. Yeah, well done, Artest. Like I say, I know we take the piss and I know we do it fondly and so forth, but when I saw him at 2000, I was dead proud of him. Really proud of him. You know, he means the world to me, Artest. And I just thought, well done. Well done. You know, you know, the amount of stick he's got from us, like, and he thought, you know what, I still got to carry on. And he did brilliant. Yeah, it was a fantastic. Thanks for that, David. And congratulations, Tez. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm a dedicated fan of his channel. I wouldn't say I was dedicated, but I do like it. Yeah, he is a Spectre master. Shabby, if I feel I've made someone laugh or smile, and honestly, best they are having a hard time. 100%. That's the way 100% the way I look at it. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather try and make people laugh and have a smile on the face or be welcoming than it will be a dick to people. Yeah, you're right, mate. What? Especially when we do this. Look, we're surrounded by pop culture and toys. The lads that we watch all do quizzes and toys and go out to toy for. What is there to be pissed off about? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, if anything, having a chat like I've got and the streams that we do makes it easy to be nice to people, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And like I said, if everyone ever came in here and it was funny with me and it was a bit of an arse or whatever, more on them. It's not on me. It's on you. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I work it out. If I say hello to somebody and they ignore me or think I'm a bell end or something like that, that's not on me. That's on you. You know, that's the way I look at it. So, yeah, I agree with that. Hi, Mum. We had Saturday morning cinema at the Odeon, 2 films, cartoon and cheap sweets. Those were the days. Yeah, that's what I mean. Now it costs like $160 to take the kids to the cinema. And I don't know. I like going to the cinema, I do. And, you know, there's a few movies this year I'm definitely going to go and see. But you are right. Sometimes it's... I don't know, it's like a character. That's, I think, I mean, and it's funny, we were talking about it this morning, and we'll definitely do a stream on this. I think this will be a good thing because I think little things I won't remember, other people will, and vice versa. But it's like I say, the cinema building was so different all the time. Like these pictures this morning, it'd be good because we look at everybody's local theatres and none of them look, it's not like a McDonald's in the States where they all look the bloody same. Do you know what I mean? They're all different buildings and character of those buildings and how old they all are. So, but yeah, cheap sweets. We go to Dollar Tree, Mum. Some of a Dollar Tree quick, you know. I remember the ice cream lady halfway through a movie right, and she had a little light, didn't she? But was it because Kevin said before about cigarettes and stuff? I don't remember. I just remember ice cream. Is that what you're saying, Dalglish? Just like the ice cream lady? In a kind of, it's like a little tray, wasn't it, with a band that she had on with a light. Was it halfway through the movie? Right, okay. Tez would have loved 100,000. Would have 100,000 subscribers if he did Commodore 64. Brilliant, that's brilliant. Oh, everyone say hello to my mum. Most likely VTR, but Tez is more dedicated. He like that word tonight, when dedicated to his beloved Spectrum. He loves it, doesn't he? Loves it. He's got a passion for it. And, well, you can see he's built and built and built. And now he's over 2,000. So well done to him. I'm really proud of him. The closing day of the Odeon, Queensway in Birmingham, was a day long remembered. Ghostbusters, Return of the Jedi, Aliens. I think this came up, this chat, because Desi's had just shut down, hadn't it? And and I know our site used to say all the time that Blackpool's, all the bonds in Blackpool shut down. I think that was years. I think they built a new kind of one near the. I haven't been in Blackpool for years, but I don't know whether that's still there or not now. But yeah, it came about this morning because it sounds like a lot of cinemas are shutting down, aren't they? Which is sad, really, in a way. Your first date out with your mates, going with your family. It's one of those places where where everybody went, wasn't it, to the cinema? So yeah, sad. Shabby, I say all the time in my videos when I see things, he would though, and he loved watching you, didn't he? So he was a good lad. He was a good lad for that. He was dead loyal and dead supportive. If RSI liked you and liked your videos, he's going to watch them, And but that's the best way to do it. So I've been thinking about this a lot over the few months, and I said before on my memorial stream to him that it's hard to think about somebody who when you're sad and upset and depressed, about somebody who never made you feel sad, depressed and upset. So think about things like that, what you would have liked. And, if you see a piece of DC that you would have, that's the best way to remember RSI, I think. He's helped me out looking at it that way, because he's never going to leave me. He's never going to, he's my twin brother. He'll be here with me forever. And I'm not a person that likes to get upset, and I'm not a person that likes to dwell on stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want to turn a horrific negative light into a positive. And the positive was I had 50 years with him. Do you know what I mean? And when I look back, I was talking to my three brothers a couple of weeks back, and we were laughing and joking about the stuff he said and stuff he did. That's a great memory. That's a great memory for me. So yeah, do things like that. It's a much nicer way to think of RSI. Indeed, Win. I love his channel. I just like to keep the 40-year-old going. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look. That's great news, pal. So he stayed over. Look at him still getting his date night all sorted out. Oh, Des, anytime. Brilliant. All the T's will be at the NEC. Yeah? They won't come to Joe Fest to see me. They'd rather go to Latvia or wherever, all these countries that no one's ever heard of. Do you know what I mean? They won't come and see me. I don't know. That Des spending all that money on toys and Bolivia or wherever he goes. Jungle is still massive. Wow, we've done nearly an hour already. 41 people here. Thanks, everyone. Was thinking of the same thing, George. Was looking forward to going, but it will be bittersweet. Si will be. Of course, he will. And that's the way to look at it. Yeah. He'll always be with us all. He was just a funny guy. You know what I mean? He can't think of, I was thinking about the streams and stuff with him. And again, he used to feed off the chat, and some of the stuff he said was because of you lot. I'm glad I've done this tonight because it's making more sense. Because when I was sat here last night, I thought, what do we talk about? But now it makes more sense. It's all about the chat tonight. And I used to say it all the time. The guy says, "Oh, what should we do? What should we come up with?" And he go, "Don't worry about it. Someone will come up with something." And he's right. He's right. So yeah, best way to be. Mrs. T, will you have sweets for my hangover again? Hey everyone, this is a thing. Well, yeah, it's like I said, I've never done a Thursday really, and if I have, I can't remember. But it was important for me to make sure this works because, I want to be engaged and I want to be interactive. And like I say, so you're all guests, even you tonight, Mum, even you're a guest on Shabby's tonight. Look at this. I find not knowing what's going on makes life. No, I don't. You see, I'm a nightmare. If I can't work it out, I get pissed off. Like, oh no, forget this and all that sort of stuff. Like where the Amazon gone, so we had to buy another one. That was our end thing. About not look for it, not spend another day looking for it. No, buy another one, get it done. Good comment, John. Let's have a look. Whenever I see something to do with Batman, Judge Dredd, Tommy Cooper, or Babe Station, best way to be. That's exactly right. And that's a nice way to look at it. He loved Babe Station. Loved it. So why not? Hi, Anne-Marie, totally confused at the end of the day. Yeah, no, because Shabby's on a Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow as well. So let's have a look. Win. Hi, Clary. Good old Claire's here. Oh, so So as you know, Claire's got her old job back. She's making all the thumbnails and so forth. And this week, obviously, on Monday, we got Tub Thumpers back. I took last week off. I wanted to watch the football. And so, you know what? I'll give Tub Thumpers a break this week. But this week, this Monday, Tub Thumpers will be back. And so we're doing it. And this is who we've got on. So Monkey Boy and APD will be on Tub Thumpers on Monday. So Claire, thank you, Claire, for the awesome thumbnail. So yeah, that is brilliant. Look at that. That is absolutely brilliant. It was important to me that because, like I said, I like the way Claire and Si have always made him, just putting the heads on, finding these pictures and so forth. So yeah, so Tub Thumpers will be back. We're doing that on Monday. ZSR is obviously tomorrow. So ZSR on Matt's channel tomorrow. So Matt's tomorrow, and then next week I think we're back on mine next week. So we'll be doing mine next week, which is awesome. And then on Wednesday, back to this already, what I picked up February. So February was just as good as January, and G-Force is coming on. G-Force is going to help me out do on Wednesday. So that's going to be, I've put everything now at 8:15 or 3:15. The reason for that, because like I said, when my kids come in and the dogs kick off and so forth, it's easy for me just to sit down and get settled in. So this week, like I say, we'll have Tub Thumpers, we'll have ZSR, and we'll have what I picked up. The other thing as well, which I'm really looking forward to, is on Thursday, I forgot to put the bloody picture. Let me see if I can find the picture. Hang on a minute. See what I mean? Oh, shabby, useless. Yep, got it. Take away that. Take away that. The other thing, what I'm doing is this. And I'm glad to be doing this and so forth. So on next Thursday, even though I've said I don't do Thursdays, next Thursday we're going to do this. So I'm going to have a chat to Stu and Georgie about the Give the Kids the World Village before because obviously the 24-hour stream is starting, and most of us are involved, as you know, and they've been doing it 3-4 years. But I'd just like to have a chat to them first and see how they got into it, what it means to the hours they do. So that's going to be this Thursday. 8:15. So I'm going to have Stu and Georgie on talking about the Give the World Village and the 24-hour stream and so forth. So that should be a good one too. I'm looking forward to that. So you got shabby all week. God, you lucky bleeders. Lucky. Not him again. That pillock's on again. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's get back to chat. Kieran's Babe Station was blocked at Premier. Just letting you know, Si didn't even. It's a bit too much information there, Claire. Just a bit. 45 in the chat. Thank you, everyone. My childhood cinema was Odeon in Reading, no longer there. They had a lady serving ice cream with a wooden stick. Interior was kind of red velvet. Yeah, Connor was saying something before, Dave, about the red velvet and the curtains. I remember seeing Ghostbusters and Gremlins there. Oh, we're going to have to do this stream. We're going to have to, boys. We're going to have to definitely do an old school cinema, not movies, cinema, what we think of the cinemas. Not when we had that Spider-Woman. Yeah, all right, Dave. Of course not, Claire. He was also lucky enough to have that Spider-Man too. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Bless him. Is that what it is? I'm not sure where she is. She's probably like Shabby's chat yesterday, buggered off. I'm so old. I remember when the cinema was called the kinema. I can't even say that word. Kinema. Forget it. All right, I can't even say it. There were days, VCR Dave, wooden little spoons for ice cream. I remember them. So you get your tongue full of splinters. I remember was it called a screwball? It was the plastic one, wasn't it? And it had what is it? What were they called? The thing at the bottom, the ball at the bottom. What was the ball called? Jawbreaker or something, wasn't it? Or was it chewing gum that turned? It was a jawbreaker and it turned into chewing gum or something. But I remember the ball at the bottom of him. Are you coming to the NEC in April, Claire? Oh, good question. Just ice cream shop. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just ice cream. I thought that. I'm late. Where have you been? We've been bloody hanging around waiting for you. So I'm going to start to say hello to everyone individually, so they have to open their phones and reply. See how you like. I remember watching the first ever Star Wars movie in my local cinema in '77. Absolutely loved it. That's what it's all about. It's what I mean. And I think we were very lucky. Our generation is because of the movies we had. You couldn't wait to get to the cinema, could you? Although I've got to admit, I'm not going to I'm looking forward to this year. There's, June 3, Doomsday, Masters of the Universe. There's a load of movies I'm looking for. Mandalorian, I'll go and see that. So there's a few things. Street Fighter looks awesome. Mortal Kombat looks brilliant. Did you see that new trailer yesterday? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the cinema, but there was something about it as a kid, wasn't there? There really was. Everyone's saying hello to Connor. The usherette had a tray of ice cream, but the security guard had the torch to flash the back row. I remember the usher used to put this. You used to always see it on the floor, didn't you, to show people to the seats if they were late or whatever. I do remember that. So, bar stewards, I worked at Dollar Tree, and there were a few buildings away from the Cinemax Centre. Our snack aisle is always shot down. What's what we do when you've got kids like me and you've got 4 of them. And the weirdest thing is, though, Q, you tend to spend more money in Dollar Tree on stuff than you would if you went to. I'm not spending $3 on a candy bar, get it at Dollar Tree, but then you spend $4 or $5 on about 4 candy bars. So don't work, does it? But yeah, Dollar Tree's always put them in your bag, Jen. Put them in your bag. Hello, Dean. Hello, Shabby. Hope you're good, man. I'm really good. I was, like I said, I'm glad I did this tonight because I was a bit fed up yesterday with the chat going. So it's always when you're on as well, Dean. It's never like when you've taken the night off. Or it's never like, you know what I mean, when you're not doing it that day. It's always when you're doing so. Especially, like I said, it was really... But listen, the lads, I just wanted to thank you all because you all stayed. You all helped out. And you made our Oppie feel really welcome. Some of your comments that you saw that he's put afterwards to him or on the actual comment on the videos to him, they were great. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. And like I say, Stu, Delvian and Scott, massive help to me. So they were brilliant. So, but yeah, it seems to be working fine now. So thank God for that. They had no usherettes in our local lyric theatre. I always remember the Pearl and Dean of it. Yeah, good days back then. You're right. Good morning, everyone in the chat. Well, good morning to you. Let's have a look. I see, Sharon, this is working. It is, mate. It's working. Thank goodness for that. So I'm happy about it because, like I say, if I hadn't have done this tonight, PGM, I would have just been worried about it all week. And then, and then I don't want to turn up to Monkey Boy and APD on Monday going, I hope it works. So it looks like it is working. Hi, Mike. Lovely to see you, Michael. That's great, pals. It was such a good time. I'd love to go. Yeah, I'd love to go. But although, saying that, though, that's Sandown. Like I said, I watched Retro Bunga's video yesterday. Wow, man, what a place. I'd go mad in there. I'm all booked for the NEC in April. We'll be staying Saturday and Sunday this time. Nice one, mate. That's awesome. Did you know where to buy it? I had to buy another one. So it was weird. We just threw it on the bed. And then Jen came out and said, and then we couldn't find it. Still can't find it. How'd you lose an Abaddon? Thinking about, honestly, we had the bed out. We had it underneath. We checked the pit, everything. So Jen just went, bollocks, I'm buying another one. So it came yesterday, which was pretty good. So the Amazons, it was probably on the side of UX. Yeah, we had to check 1,200 sofas. Oh, brilliant. We'll be there, NEC, on Sunday night for drinks and giggles. Look at him, for drinks and giggles. He'll be there. I hope you all have a lovely time. Could have been so much worse. One film I've always remembered in my mind is the Kurt Russell film Stargate. Never seen it. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. The film. I never saw the TV show. But yeah. But the film I haven't seen in years. Plus Disney Sci-Fi The Black Hole. I like that film. Quiet, but I like, slow, but I like it. Shabby, you better make an 18 rating then with them lads on. No, why? What do you mean better make it an 18 rating? What do you mean, Jason? We talk about bananas and have a perfect green monkey. What can go wrong? You'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine. Couldn't use a Spectrum latex allergy. Mike, say hello to everybody. Good old Michael's here. And that way I can watch EastEnders without panicking it won't finish for 8. And say, yeah. You see, I've thought about you. I was sat there going, you know what? What if EastEnders is like, there's a real dramatic ending, and, TTM ain't turning up till them in 15:15 anyway. So, always on to a winner having Stu and George on. Always on to having you all on. I don't have favourites. You know what I mean? There's people I'm a bit more closer to, but I don't have favourites. Everyone brings something to the table. So, yeah, I like it. I like having different people on and talking about different things. And it's like what I said to PGM. Yes, we're talking to PGM. I have there's no class for me of people. There is none. Everyone gets treated the same by me. Everybody. I don't care how much money you have, what sort of job you have, this and that. We're here. And I know you lot through your pop culture. It's more important to me. Not how big your house is, how nice your car is, what sort of job you have. I couldn't care less. Not my none of my business. And so I always treat people the same way. It doesn't matter who you are to me. Everyone gets treated the same way at Shabby's. Do you know what I mean? So, and I prefer that. And I think we all are like that. I've got to be it. You know, the majority of us are like that, aren't we? So, yeah, but just having to enjoy. Just be nice because they do these 24-hour stream, bless them. I just thought about it when I had Stu on last week. And thought I'd love to have a chat to them both and get to why they do this, because I could never do a 24-hour stream. I've been on an hour now. My voice is, how the hell do you do 24 hours? And why do they do 24 hours? And why? What is it about this thing that means so much to them? And I think it's lovely what they do, and I think they're a credit to, you know, I think what they do for that charity, and how we all chip in. And so it'd be nice having a talk to them about it and having a good chat. So it'll be about an hour or so. But if you all come in and watch that would be great. Let's have a look. Get Stu to show his My Little Pony collection. I think red was a normal colour for cinema. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, bubble gum ball. That's what it was. Yeah, you know what I mean. It was, but remember, even if it was soft, it was rock hard because it had all ice cream on top of it. Brilliant. Hey, Donut. Evening. Hope you're all well. Sorry for being late. Where have you been? You've been out with Connor. Is that? It's lovely to see you, pal. I'm enjoying this. It's been good fun. It is working, our JT. It is working. So thanks again, JT, for coming in yesterday and staying there and so forth and watching it. How can you not watch Oppie's work? Was fantastic, wasn't it? But it was just nice that you all, you know, you thought, well, you were a lot calmer about it than I. Oh well, chat's not working, but we'll, you know. But I'm like, why is the chat not working? But yeah, it's working now, pal. Really is working. So, well, I hope it is. Where's Chevy One? Let's have a look. JT's here. Mr. Maguire. Hello, Johnny boy. Good old John's here. Hi, John. How's your day been? I've just hit that like button, so smash that button now, you lovely jubbly people. Be nice, you know. It's like I say, I don't really. It's nice of you lot to say that. Smash the like button. Like I say, I used to say it in my video, and I'll still say it. Join Patreon, you know, and if you like, and so because I won't monetize it, and I get, like I say, I get bollocked off YouTube every week. Every week, you know what I mean? But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's you know, there's certain times you know you're going to get into, you're not in trouble. I can't say that, but you know you're going to get, you know, a letter saying, but you just think this will make them laugh though. This will be funny if I use this music or if I do that music. So it's worth it to me. It really is. Donut reminds me that there was a hole in the wall donut shop near the cinema. All you could hear was "Come and get your donuts." I still hear that sound now and then. Do you know that's so weird? That because Blackpool Pleasure Beach always did it for me. Or the Coral Island in Blackpool, Dave, because they'd always have certain songs, like when you're waiting for a bus as a kid or you worked in the town as a kid, you'd always hear that tune or that little chime or that song. And that always reminds me of that. And it's funny that because, you know, like seaside resort kind of towns, sounds, if you will. So I understand exactly what you mean by that. Yeah. I know. I never thought about it that way on. Oh, yeah, was a great memory. Yeah, a budget for NEC 70 quid. 6 weeks later, I'm off to France and Holland for 2 weeks. 70 quid. Can you do well? Can you do well for 70 quid in at NEC? I can't. Joe Fest. I go mad. But I think it's because it's the only real. I mean, I go to flea markets and toy stores, and you know, me, G-Force, and Scuba will go out when they're here and everything else. So I do spend, and you'll see on Wednesday that I do spend through the month. But the only convention, big toy fair I do is Joe Fest, so I make sure I go with some money. Do you know what I mean? I make sure I've got money there. But can you? What I'm trying to say, Jason, is how far would £70 get? Would it? I suppose that's what you're looking for, though. Really, you're a professional at this, aren't you, Jason? You've got loads of good stuff. So yeah, I was off to France and Holland for 20 days. Wow, not bad at all. Kieran says Shabby and Jen haven't found the Amazon stick, but when one of the dog farts ejects the TV. It's the dog's ass. Yeah, the dog probably has, to tell the truth. It was just weird. It was in the bedroom. And she came out and said, so she hadn't come out in and out and so forth. But it's just gone. Just weird. Shazam, last Desert Day. I'm off to the Red Dwarf Convention in July for the first time. Wow, I bet that'll be good. Where's that on that? Red Dwarf Convention. Oh, I bet Tez, you're not taking Tez. Tez would love to. He loves Red Dwarf, doesn't he? I don't own a car, but if someone can lend me a quid, it would be most appreciated. Someone give our DTM a quid for God's sake, you tight sods. Whoa. I thought I was your favourite. This has been a long big shout. I don't have favourites. I think, so how can you do? Because we've all got different personalities, haven't we? And different, humor and different thing. And so I'm very fond of people for, for little segments that they give. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you're one of my favorites, G-Force. You're one of my favorites. I know, Shabby. I know my voice gets dry when I do 2 to 4 hours. It does, mate. So for them to and to do 24 hours, holy moly, man, it's a big deal, isn't it? To be honest. Did you see last time I was on Shabby's channel, I got told off for having too many annual. Oh, you didn't? I was all up. I couldn't believe it. That's one thing I would, if I was at Echo or NEC or Sandown, that's what I'd be looking for, annuals. And I think it was you that put that back into me. And then obviously VTR buying them to put them, behind them and so forth. But they don't really do animals. They do annuals, but they're not called annuals. They don't have the date on it. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of, because I found that Sectars one, didn't I, years ago, that was only $4, sorry. But it doesn't say that, doesn't say annual, doesn't say the date. So but I think that's what I'd be looking for, annuals and stuff. Yeah, you did have a lot. I don't say that. You did have a shit ton of them, let's be honest. Blackpool did have a song. Yeah, it did. It had one of them on the, I don't think it was called Zoltar there. Or is it Zoltan? Don't know. You'll have to consult with Stu about that. If it's Zoltan, Danielle wasn't happy about that, was she? Zoltan. But yeah, he did have one of them. Yeah, I think he still does, to be honest. All right. Well, that's good then. I've never regretted joining this amazing community. Chatting with you wonderful people always gets rid of us. That's what it's all about. It's a form of escapism. And that's why, and it's like I said, I'm only speaking for me, nobody else. That's why I don't take it serious. It's fun. You know what I mean? I'll put the phone down, then you go back to your kids, you go back to your work, you go back to, but this is just fun. So huge thanks to Shabby and all of you. I really mean that. Well, we love having you here. We love having you here. We lies, of course you are. Yeah. Of course you are. Or just listening helps. Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, we always say that, you get about, I'll give an example. There's 40 to 50 in here all night tonight. But when this finishes, you'll have about 250, 300 people that have watched it. And I always think, you know what I mean? Oh, I wonder who else is watching. I wonder why they've never said hello. I wonder why they, and so I'll just speak to you people now. If you've never said hello at Shabby's, if you've watched me for a while and you've seen all the people that are here, all these chats, say hello. Say hello. It costs nothing. We say it on ZSL all the time, don't we? Say hello. I want everyone to feel special. Like I said, I'm proud of my channel because it's built for everybody. I was built from you lot, if you remember. So if you remember the Pally Boys days and so forth, and everyone was saying, oh, Shabby, you've got to set up a channel. You've got to set up a channel. That's where I came from, you lot, if you will. And so when I say stuff like how much the interactiveness means to me and how we've all built Shabby's up, it's genuinely true. And those people that have been with me since day one know that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's exactly why Shabby came along, because everybody asked him to do it. So, yeah, and I never thought it'd turn into this. I'll be honest here. That McDonald's menu doesn't count as... Sure, check with Stu about spelling, Shabby. I mean, you see what a Stu, he does a good job though, doesn't he? He does a great job with him. He really does. McDonald's in an annual, don't know, apparently. Let's have a look. I agree with Shabby, and that's what it's all about, having a laugh and a joke. And, it's something in it. Do you know what I mean? It's just nice. You see really shit day in your bosses give you shit, or weather's bad, or you can't go out or something. It's just nice to be able to go, you know what, I'll watch these idiots for 2 hours, and you put it on and you just have a laugh and a joke, don't you? You just forget stuff for an hour or so. I think that's why we're all toy collectors or pop culture enthusiasts, is because, we'll sit there for an hour this morning, like I say, talking about cinemas and stuff. We like to forget real world for a bit, don't we? Just go into our own world for a bit and just have a laugh and a joke, and like-minded people, and talk to us all about stuff we remember and everything else. I've always said it since the beginning, what we do can be a very, very lonely business if you don't have a group of you. Can be. It's there's some of you lads out there that are very, very lucky to have the wives or partners that you have, simply because they support what you do, or they do it themselves and everything else. And I think that's nice. But to me, a bunch of, but again, go and watch Shabby's first video and see the names on the comments. We're all still here. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? It's like me, Matt, and Tez, our 7th Christmas this year together. Most of you our 7th one already. 7 years. It's crazy, isn't it, if you think about it? One day you stream, Shabby. Our channel is the first thing I go for, as long as, oh, wow, what a lovely... Oh man, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you, pal. That means a lot to me. Really, really does. Because, like I said, you get some people out there just striving to get to 10,000 or striving to be as big as possible to make a money. I couldn't care less. That sort of sentence to me means the world to me. So what a lovely thing to say. Thank you, Mr. B. It is fun times, isn't it? What ended up being dead dodgy DTM. So you're not far off there, mate. He was a plum, wasn't he? What a plum that guy was. Just an absolute plum. That's all I'm going to say. Just in real life, apart from all the weird shit that he's got up to, the guy was a dickhead, wasn't he? Let's be honest. JT said the word community in this community. Oh shit, I said that word. Say it. Don't matter. I was planning to do live streams on a Sunday, one up Birmingham and one when I got back to London, but because the Wi-Fi was crap at Premier Inn, I used 90s of my data uploading 2 videos. That's what I mean. It takes a lot, doesn't it, uploading videos and so forth. Weather here in the southwest of Wales in the UK has been pretty much crap all day. That's it. Rain. Well, you're in Wales. But I was watching the football last week. It said it's rained, and I was talking to Gary Moore. And Gary Moore said it's rained every day, hasn't it, in the UK since January the 1st. Is that right? Every day? Wow. Yes, Keith, you're very that's exactly what I mean. Exactly. Anyone that's ever met me is very lucky, just saying. Well, I'd love to meet you. Let's have a look. Our Phoebe always says she knows you're better than she knows. She knows you better than half our family. Well, that's lovely of her to say. And I like her Instagram and stuff as well, where she's at her booth since she's doing so. I'm always pressing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, look, there she is. It means something to me, you know. It's like I say, if it ever came to an end, all this or everything that ever happened, I want to be proud of it. I want to be proud of the people I know, the people I've met, and the channel I built, that we've all built. I want to, look at that was a great time in our lives. That's what it's all about for me. So I'm proud of them all. Like I said, over 400 videos. I've enjoyed every one of them, to be honest. First Toy Fair was this Sunday. Nice. I'm interested in seeing how much vendors put motors. Well, that's weird, that, because it's so weird you say it, because my focus over the last 6 months, mine and Rob's Retros as well, I've got to give Rob a shout out here. He's getting all the vintage motor, and I've done well. I've done really well. And then Jeff Barker came across some really cool stuff, and I got some off Jeff. But that's why I was thinking the same way. If this movie kicks off, Dean, and it's brilliant, these prices are going to go sky high. So I've done very well with my. I think there's a couple of listen, I'm not talking about the Italian ones and the giant, the thousands of dollars, but the actual. I think there was 68 or 58. Can't remember off the top of my head figures. I'm down to I need about 6 or 7 of them. That's it. So yeah. I was thinking that too when I was there putting them all back, because you remember the Naboo Starfighter, that was always like a 30-40 quid ship. It's on the Mandalorian. Oh, I want 120 for this, and so you're like, get to France. So I agree with that, mate. 100% Connor, you are one of JC's favourites. See, that's nice. It's like you say, I know this now as well. We've got to know people's wives and partners and kids and all that sort of stuff. So our site used to do it all the time. Do you remember our site because he used to smoke, didn't he, on his thing, and he'd do that. So he'd have a thing and he'd go like that. Right. And I remember one night I asked him, we finished off the stream, and because he'd have his thing, then he'd go like this. Right. And I said to him, why'd you do that? Because I said, you're a grown man. Why'd you cover up the fact that you smoke? And he said to me, it's not the fact to cover up the fact that I smoke. It's the fact that kids might be watching. And I used to laugh at what kids watching me. but that's the sort of person he was. He'd cover it so he wouldn't influence, if you will, you know what I mean, someone smoking. So, he was funny about that, our side. Oh, I know, Mr. B. First thing I do every morning is get and listen to the abusive message he left overnight. I heard parts of America being really, especially where Geek Strong is up there. Bloody hell, they're getting it really bad. Yeah, especially the East Coast. East Coast, but up. We don't get it much down in Florida. We had bad weather. We got the snow, as you saw, but it didn't last long. Scooper got a lot of snow in the Midwest. He got quite a bit, but it's not necessarily Midwest where Scooper is, just outside it. Would you class Scooper as East Coast? Anyway, and but where Geek Strong is, he got it really bad up north. I sold all my motor stuff to a dealer, so I think there might be a lot there. Wow. Yeah, I'll never get rid of mine. We all know I can't be bothered with that type of effort, Connor. Can't be bothered, Connor. Can't be bothered. That's one way of getting some fibre in your diet, I suppose. Fullest figures. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. There you go. So if you listen, before I end up, if anyone's got any questions or you want to talk about something else before we go, then we'll do that. If not, I'll just end it there. been brilliant. This, I've enjoyed it. Been absolutely fantastic. Here we go. I ordered a Motu cartoon collection, Man at Arms, from Amazon last week, and I ended up receiving Leech. They gave me a refund, so I said I could keep the figure he sold. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Which Man at Arms you get? You get one with the moustache, without the moustache, with the dots, without the dots. Oh, you know. But Leech is a good figure, actually. Yeah, result. I used to like. Remember, you lick his hand, stick it onto the window, whatever. Yeah. There's a lot out there, mate. Yeah, it is, but that's one of the nicest things. And I remember I was on Stu's, My Childhood Memories with Stu on his channel, and I was talking about Motu and so forth. And in a way, for the vintage, I mean, there are some vintage stuff that it's pricey. I mean, I've spent over $100 on a couple of figures now and then. But I thought if I'm going to do that, I want to make sure they're mint condition. I want nice ones, no paints, whatever. But the majority of them, it's not going to break the bank to collect it. So, yeah. So I like it. I like collecting Masters Universe. So it looks like it is working. It looks like we're doing all right here. Yeah. So after all, it's working, champs. Yeah, it's working. Brilliant. I just want to know where the Amazon stick went. I'll keep you informed. If I ever come across it, I'll keep you informed. But that means us looking for it, and that's not going to happen. The question: how can we smuggle Connor over to? Oh, be awesome. Be awesome to see, wouldn't it? Can you imagine Connor in Augusta in June, 110 degree? He'd love it. He'd have a time of his nice tan when he goes back to Ireland. Look like George Hamilton. No, Des, we better try it again tomorrow night. We can try it again. I'm on tomorrow. We're on Matt's tomorrow. Like I say, ZSR is on Matt's tomorrow. Jason's already said he wants a figure of the new movie Skeletor. Oh, good on him. We see that now. You brought him up wisely. Masters Universe is brilliant. I loved it. He's, like I said, he was one of my favorites as a kid and never ended. You know what I mean? And to bring it all back and all these Motus. I mean, look behind me. I'm a massive fan of that stuff. Yeah. Leech is pretty cool. He's awesome. Saying always welcome here. You know that. You're always welcome. G's got a few spare rooms in his house. More than welcome. But we bought another one, so we're all right. What colour hair dye are you now? Right. It's like that. It's like it's great. It's like a dark grey. It's because, PJ, I've said this to you before, I go white. And when you've got a light above you, you look like one of the effing Golden Girls. Do you know what I mean? So I always do it just to make it a bit darker, whatever. So I think charcoal gentleman or so it is called. They do though, don't they? They look absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Good old D10 will be here. D10 will be here in June, so that'll be nice. Lovely Helen. It's weapons and parts over here, so hard to find at Toy Fest. That's one of the things that's easy to find over here. And then you'll get across somewhere and it's got like the weapons pack and so I've found a couple of weapons packs and all that kind of thing. So weapons are pretty easy over here. But yeah, I suppose you're right, really, But what I did, Dean, was when I was buying these figures, in a way to stop all that, I was only getting them if they were complete. That, you know what I mean? And really, with Masters, it's not that hard because they only came with like one, or if not, one or two accessories. That was it. I think the one that was a bit expensive was Blade from the movies from the 80s line, because he comes with that skirt thing. He comes with two swords. So he's like $100. What is it? But I knocked him down to 70, 80 because I bought quite a few stuff. But yeah, what I would recommend doing is just probably getting it with the accessory because there's only one. It's not hard. It's been absolutely brilliant joining me your live, Shabby, and mingling with the chat. Look forward to it. No, thank you all for being my guests. All of you were guests on Shabby's tonight. So I enjoyed it. It was good. It was good fun. Yeah. Take it easy, win. Yeah, take it easy, win. Bigfoot took out that Amazon stick, gave it to an alien who passed it on to a ghost diner, so he left it at the top of the mountain. With a bag of dog biscuits. Brilliant. No problem, win. A few spare rooms full of toys. Can't see the guest bedroom. Oh, well, he's not staying there then, is he? I remember the first time I went to anything, told everyone I was 6 foot tall and wearing an eye patch. Brilliant. Are you not 6 foot tall? I know you're not 6 foot tall. Plans. Yeah, that's what I mean. Look like B. Arthur. Do you know what I mean? It was just, I won't mind the grey. I don't mind the grey because, like I said, I've dyed it to grey. So it's not as if the grey bothers me. It doesn't. Everyone gets old, so I'm not bothered about that. But I have this light that flashes because I used to do that thing where I turn these big lights off and all this would be lit up because it all lights up my whole toy room. But then it didn't look right. So then when I put this light on, like I said, if I take that off now, you see what I mean? Now it's all right because it's going grey. But when I didn't, when I didn't dye it, it was looking PGM causing all this bloody trouble, man. You know what I mean? Look at him laughing. I think Si moved this stick, and I do think Shabba will find it. I was like, we'll find it, but it's looking fake. After 10 minutes, like, no, bollocks to it. Buy another one. I was looking for parts and weapons for some of my Star Wars figures and vehicles. Yeah, that's the difference. You're looking for Star Wars parts and accessories. It's going to cost you a lot more than it is Masters of the Universe stuff. So, well, I say that, but you never know if this movie kicks off. Like I say, you never know. Everyone's going to Joe Fest is getting an accessory list from me. Brilliant. Why not? Everyone else. I've seen the lads do it over here. Do you know what I mean? Oh, is there any chance you can find that for me when you go to Echo? And of course we will. But everyone does stuff like that. Possibly Jason. Shabba will find it with his Babe Station. No Babe Station. We don't do it, don't they? They don't have that sort of thing in America, Babe Station and all that sort of stuff. So, not that I'd watch it being a married man. Do you know what I mean? So, at least you have somewhere today, Shabby. Thank you, Des. Thank you. Yeah, I have. Yeah. But that's the only reason. That's the only reason I do it because it's because I've always got a cap on. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? And I always wear a cap. So, but I haven't got one on, and it gets too hot. I want to make sure that I don't look like I said, an old lady doing this stream. Yeah, we could do that. I've said it before as well. The flag is one thing, and the box of that is big. Nothing like that Defiant box. I've never seen. I mean, ask G-Force and Scooby. That blew me away. That blew me. Can you imagine getting that for Christmas? This thing is like 5.5 foot. It's massive. This box, VTR. Because everyone talks about the flag, so you assume the flags be a big box, but I think that Defiant box is like 3 times as big as that. It's huge, that box. Massive. I sure can VTR, but you'll have to front me $1,500. Friend rate, $1,500, Can you imagine that shipping fee, VTR, Dave? Yeah, can you imagine? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll put it on the ocean. We'll just float it over. It'll be fine. It's a USS flag, Kieran. We can do that. VTR, you better say what size is. I bet they can find a 1-inch flag, bit more than 1 inch and all that. Anyway, we're done. So, just to reiterate what's going on, we got Size, Tub Thumpers on Monday. Like I said, Monkey Boy and APD will be on it. On Wednesday, we're doing what I picked up in February. Me and G-Force are going to do it, so it'll be nice to have somebody else to do it with me. But I've got loads of cool. I found some good vintage stuff as well. This year, I said it the last time I did what I picked up. This year, I'm specifically half in it, half vintage, half modern. And I've been, ever since I've been finding more vintage stuff, I'm getting into it and I'm enjoying it and so forth. So, yeah, so that'll be on Wednesday. Thursday of next week, Give the Kids the World Village, a chat with Stu and Georgie. And let's talk about those two beautiful people and getting ready for their 24-hour stream, which is at the weekend, isn't it? So their 24-hour stream starts then. And then, obviously, we've got ZSR on Friday, tomorrow on Match Channel. So, yeah, I'll see you all there for tomorrow. Do we know anyone that's got the flag for Christmas as a kid? Never sold in England, I don't think, did it? I mean, I've got a couple of professionals in there. I don't think the flag ever sold in England, Dean. So, I've met a couple of Americans that got it, obviously, but I don't remember G.I. Joe as a kid, Dean. I've no idea about what it was about until I got older and then realised, hang on a minute, remember Action Force, just not G.I. Joe. Top evening, thank you, Darren. What shall be picked up in February? And whoever's on stick, no, that'll probably be March's, won't it? So see you all tomorrow at night at Matt's for ZSR. Yep, good old Matt's going to do ZSR tomorrow. Cheers for the stream, Shabby. Everyone, cheers. No, thank you a lot. Thanks for coming in. It was nice. It was me and 50 of you. It was a nice stream tonight. I really enjoyed it. Take care, everyone. Let's have a look. I didn't realise you collected vintage. I got some doubles. He's got some doubles. You see, look at Mr. B. Jumping in. Fun stream. Yeah, it really was a fun stream. Just buy a flag feature. I'm sure they come with some waving flapper. What's a waving flapper, you plum? What's that? Waving flapper? Sounds like some bird of it. Is that what you are? Some waving flapper. No one knew I had a flag. Did you add one? Yeah. Incomplete, but in good condition. Wow, man. Good Thursday stream. Thank you, Dave. That was really nice. Can I plug a stream I'm hosting soon? Of course. Go on then. We'll wait for you. Come on, hurry up. Write it down. What are you doing on? Oh, Mark, what are you doing, Donut Donny? Are we typing away? Let's have a look. Good stream. No, I am, because like I said, I like doing this, and so I'd be heartbroken if it hadn't a fix. I really would. I'll send you some pics by this weekend. Nice one, Mr. B. Great chatting tonight. Awesome stream. Let us all. And thank you for last night. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Right, Donut, hurry up if you want to. Anyway, can I plug his stream? Well, Donut's got some. Let's have a look what he's doing. Oh, brilliant. Are you there, Donut? Are you there? Are you not doing it? Right, I don't think. Right, well, check out Donut's stream. He's doing something. He's got something on and so forth. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, here we go. What is it? Here we go. So I would like to acknowledge that Donut Donny Saturday night is the third Specky Experience stream. So if you're all around Saturday night and you want to watch that, there you go. Third Specky Experience stream. Awesome. Peace. Awesome stream, Shabs, especially for a Thursday. Yeah, I thought it was a nice treat for you all. Nice treat. Awesome stream, Shabby. Good evening, everyone. Later, everyone. Cheers, Q. All about Specky on my YouTube channel, Saturday night, 7:30. So check out Donald Donny, Saturday night, Specky night, 7:30. There you go. Take care, everyone. Have a great Friday. Be a great experience. Awesome. Right, I'm off. Go and have your dinners. I'll see you tomorrow. See you.